Hi guys, it's me, Gwynny, back with another video. So this video is going to be a book haul. So these are the books that I've bought from January of this year until about March. I thought about including April, but that would put a lot more books in the list. And I don't know if you guys want to sit through that with me. But anyways, so I have like a few books here, and then there's also going to be a little bit of a story time, because at least let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these books came from one bookstore. And it was when I went for a book signing, an author book signing in March. So that's gonna be in this haul video, and I'm also gonna show pictures if you guys want to see that one. Well, you probably will see it since I'm gonna show it anyways. So this is gonna be hopefully a short enough video, but we'll see. But anyways, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Gwynny, also known as Anything Fangirl, and I'm a sticker addict, washi tape addict, stationery addict, K-pop, drama fan, Asian drama fan, a bookworm, a gamer of sorts, a collector, actually more of a hoarder, and welcome to my channel. So I've done some book hauls of my Book of the Month books. I think I've done 2 at least. So if you guys want to watch that one, I can link it in the description box below. But like I said, these are books that I got for the month of January, February, and March. And then maybe once the second quarter is over, I will do April, May, and June and all that stuff. Anyways, I can talk about books some more when I show you all of this stuff. So, like I said, hopefully it's not long, but I can't promise that one. So if you want to stop the video and grab a snack, just in case it's gonna be long, because I do like to talk, you can do that right now. And I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so the first book that I have is a book that I bought in January. So this is the one and only physical book that I bought in January, not counting my Book of the Month book. Like I said in the intro, I did do 2 Book of the Month hauls already for this year. One for January, February, and I think the other one is March and April. No, I think the other one was like more months before January and February. But anyways, so for the month of January, I only bought like one physical book, and it's this one right here, Susan Mallory's The Christmas Wedding Guest. So Susan Mallory is one of my all-time favorite romance authors. I started reading her books, the Fool's Gold series, and I just got hooked. So I have a lot of her other books. I still need to catch up on Fool's Gold. I think I have a few books that I need to read. And then she came out with different series like Wishing Tree, Happily Incorporated. And I think I've read some of the Happily Incorporated. I'm not sure about Wishing Tree. But I saw this one at half-price books close to my uncle's place. So this one I bought like I think the 2nd of January. It was like the day that we took my mom back to the airport because she was going back home. She spent Christmas and New Year with us. Last year and this year. I mean, yeah. So when we went to send her back home, there was a half-price books close to my uncle's place, and this is the only book that I saw that I wanted to get. So this one is Susan Mallory's The Christmas Wedding Guest. I think it is part of the Wishing Tree series, which I need to research more. But this is the blurb in the back. So the Somerville sisters believe in love, but they've lost faith it will happen for them. Reggie hasn't been home since the end of the world's shortest engagement when her parents decide to renew their vows. She buffs up her twinkle to help with the Christmas wedding. Unexpectedly, Toby, her first love, is back too, and the spark between them shines as brightly as ever. In the spirit of the season, they will let go of past hurts and greet the new year together. Done waiting for the one, Dina is pregnant on her own, on purpose. But then a gorgeous, sad-eyed songwriter checks into a room at her inn. Micah, unable to write since he lost his wife, finds inspiration in Dina's determination to be a mom. One snowflake speckled kiss and he's a goner. But Dina is afraid to believe that a rock star could fall for a cookie-cutter small-town girl like her. As the Christmas wedding draws closer, these two sisters just might unwrap the most treasured gift of all, love. So this is the first book that I got for January. And I didn't really buy much books in January and February, but March is like my book buying month. March and April. So anyways, so this one was the first and only physical book that I bought at a store. Like I said, I bought this at Half Price Books. And then the other book for January was like my book of the month book. And then for February, I didn't really buy any physical books, but I did buy 3 audiobooks, or used my Audible credits for 3 audiobooks. So I got Midnight Riot, which is a book for my book club. I needed to read through it and listen to it, and it was actually good. The reader was not that bad. And then I saw a book that was said Starter Villain, and I don't remember the author's name, but Will Wheaton was the reader, so I got that one. I haven't started that one yet. And then the other one is Blindsided by Amy Doss. So like that one, I actually read the book on Kindle Unlimited, and when I listened to the audiobook, I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. I need to get this. So I'm going to use that for a reread. I'm not sure when, if it's going to be this year or next year. But, so those are the books that I got for January and February. And then the last book set that I got for this book haul is the stuff that I got for March. So March, like I said, was a book buying month. I actually have 8 books in this list. 5 of them actually are the ones that I talked about that's gonna be story time. So last March, Simone St. James, the author of Murder Road, came to Murder by the Book for a book signing. So I met Simone St. James like years ago, and I think this is the second time that I was meeting her. So I had to get my book, and I had to get her to sign some of my other books, and whatchamacallit. So that was in March, and I actually have some of the pictures right here. So let me see. So these are my pictures from the book signing. So this one is like the first 3 books that I bought, and then looking around the bookstore, I bought 2 more books. Murder by the Book is a book in close to like downtown Houston, so we don't really go there that often. I only go there if there's a book signing that I want to. So this one last March 7th. So this is me and my hubby. This is Simone St. James right here. Sorry, my ring light is... Hopefully you can see that picture. That's the author. She was actually getting interviewed by... I forgot her name. But this one right here, I think she does a podcast of some sort. So this is what Murder by the Book looks like. So what happens is, like, whenever there's a book signing, me and my husband usually go early. And whatchamacallit, we spend hours at that place, and in those hours I usually will browse, and then I find more books than I meant to buy. But this is me and Simone St. James with my book, and I actually had to get a copy for one of my friends in my book club. Kathy said this is her book that Simone was holding. This is what it looks like, which I'll show you in person. And then after that, we actually went to Jollibee, which is the Filipino fast food place. And the only time I ever go is if we have jury duty. And now that I know that it's close to Murder by the Book, if ever I have to go to another book signing, I'm going to Jollibee again. So this is me and my husband. We had what we normally get. I got the palabok and chicken, and my husband got the spaghetti and chicken. So this is the mini story for Murder by the Book. I mean, for the book signing. So this one was my book, like I said. And this is the signature. So, like, there's actually another book signing that I'm going to in June. So my other favorite author, Patricia Briggs, is coming to Murder by the Book. So I'm going to go to that one again. So this one was a bookmark that I got. So this is the blurb for the book. A young couple finds themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed along an old deserted road in this terrifying new novel from the New York Times bestselling author of the Book of Cold Cases. July 1995, April and Eddie have taken a wrong turn. They're looking for the small resort town where they plan to spend their honeymoon when they spot what appears to be a lone hitchhiker along the deserted road. They stop to help, but not long after the woman gets into their car, they see the blood seeping from her jacket and a truck barreling down Atticus Line after them. When the hitchhiker dies at a local hospital, April and Eddie find themselves in the crosshairs of the Cold Lake Falls police. Unexplained murders have been happening along Atticus Line for years, and the cops finally have two witnesses who easily become their only suspects. As April and Eddie start to dig into the history of the town and that horrible stretch of road to clear their names, they soon learn that there is something supernatural at work, something that could not only tear the town and its dark secrets apart, but take April and Eddie down with it all. So I started reading this before the, what do you call this? I really need to finish this one. I started reading this before, while waiting for her book signing to start, and I got up to page 102. But this is Simone St. James. Is the New York Times bestselling and award-winning author of the Book of Cold Cases, The Sundown Motel and The Broken Girls. She wrote her first story about a haunted library when she was in high school and spent 20 years behind the scenes in the television business before leaving to write full-time. So, one of the funny things that I remember from the talk that she did before her book signing was, she writes all these ghost stories, right? But she is a big scaredy cat like me. She said you would not find her in any haunted house or any haunted places. She does not want to see ghosts, real ghosts. So those are, that's the book that I got for that one, for the book. And then while I was waiting for, the book signing to start, I was browsing around, and then I find these books on sale. So this one, I've seen this book, I think, a few times when I was, Murder by the Book a long time ago, but I never bought it. And I saw that it was on sale for $8.50. So I had to get it, because the cover is really, really pretty. Can you see? It's actually shiny. So this one is A Mystery of 1920s India, The Widows of Malabar Hill by Sujata Massey. And I got it for $8.50. Normally it's like $16.95 or something like that. But I had to get this one because I really like the cover. And it's, what do you call this? I haven't started it yet. But it is, these are some of the series that she has. I saw that she has a Japan book too, so I had to find the Japan book later. But this one is a mystery. So introducing Parveen Mystery, Bombay's only female lawyer and its sharpest sleuth. India, 1921. Parveen Mystery, the daughter of a respected Zoroastrian family, has just joined her father's law firm. Armed with a legal education from Oxford, Parveen also has a tragic personal history that makes women's legal rights especially important to her. Mystery Law has been appointed to execute the will of Omar Farid, a wealthy Muslim mill owner who has left behind 3 widows. But Parveen notices something suspicious in the paperwork. All 3 of the wives have signed over their full inheritance to a charity. What will they survive on? The widows live in a full purdah, in strict seclusion, never leaving their quarters or speaking to men. Are they being taken advantage of by an unscrupulous guardian? When Parveen investigates, tensions escalate to murder, and she must figure out what really happened on Malabar Hill before its innocent women and children meet further harm. So that is the blurb of the book. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but hopefully I can get to read it soon. But Sujata Massey was born in England to parents from India and Germany. was raised mostly in St. Paul, Minnesota, and lives in Baltimore, Maryland. She was a features reporter for the Baltimore Evening Sun before becoming a full-time novelist. Her novels have won the Agatha and Macavity Awards and been finalists for the Edgar Anthony and Mary Higgins Clark Prizes. So, this is what the author looks like. So that's the second book that I got. And then, I was looking through their clearance aisle and I found this one. I believe this is book one of the Japanese series she did. I need to double check. But this is The Salaryman's Wife. As you can see, I bought it for $3. Winner of the Agatha Award. So this one is Japanese-American Rei Shimura is a 27-year-old English teacher living in one of Tokyo's seediest neighborhoods. She doesn't make much money, but she wouldn't go back home to California even if she had a free ticket, which, thanks to her parents, she does. Her independence is threatened, however, when a getaway to an ancient castle town is marred by murder. Ray is the first to find a beautiful wife of a high-powered businessman dead in the snow. Taking charge as usual, Ray searches for clues by crashing a funeral, posing as a bar girl, and somehow ending up pursued by police and paparazzi alike. In the meantime, she manages to piece together a strange, ever-changing puzzle, one that is built on lies and held together by years of sex and deception. So, this one is a book that I can't wait to read too. And then this one is, I saw this one in, if you watched my videos before, I've talked about being in 2 book clubs. One is the Overbook book club. It used to be the Paranormal book club, but we're trying to branch out to different genres. And then the other one is the After Austen book club. So anytime I see a Jane Austen type book, I had to kind of like pick it up. So this one is Pride, Prejudice, and Peril by Katie Oliver. And I think she wrote a bunch of them that's based on sort of like a play on some of Jane Austen's books. So this one is a Jane Austen Tea Society mystery. And I was intrigued by it, so I had to get it. This one I actually paid full price for. So that one was $8.99. So this one is Jane Austen meets reality TV, and murder in this quirky, cozy mystery is the first in the new series. Phaedra Brighton is perfectly content with her life of lecturing college students, gossiping with her best friends, and dreaming of Mr. Darcy. She is a young, respected, if somewhat peculiar English professor, and her expertise lies in all things Jane Austen. But she knows that the closest she'll ever get to being a real-life Elizabeth Bennet is in her dreams. When Who Wants to Marry Mr. Darcy, a new reality TV show, starts filming at her best friend Charlene's estate, Phaedra is intrigued, and when the producer asks her to lend her Austenian knowledge as a consultant on the show, she's over the moon. But on the first day of filming, when Charlene's new husband is found electrocuted and Charlene herself is accused of the crime, Phaedra comes crashing back to reality. With a murder on the syllabus and her best friend in dire straits, there's no Mr. Darcy around to help Phaedra. She'll have to get to the bottom of this mystery herself. So, Murder by the Book has, like, most of the books are, like, based on mystery. So, that's why these are all mystery. And I do love a good mystery. So that's the fourth book that I bought in March. And then the last book for Murder by the Book is this one. I was looking at the, what do you call this? The really, really clearance section, and I found this one. This one is How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Volume 2. Story by Yukiya Murasaki. And, what do you call this? It's Volume 2. I don't know if I'll ever find Volume 1, but anytime that I see manga that's like $1 or less than that, I usually will buy it, just because you don't really see mangas in this low of a price. So I had to get this one. And it's normally $12.99, and most of the time, even in half-price books, mangas are like still like in a $10 price range or $12 price range. But this one says, overpowered overlord. Ever since Takuma woke up in the world of his favorite fantasy MMO, he's had to play the part of the big bad demon lord. Now with busty elf Shara and the cute cat girl Ren by his side, Takuma is ready to go on his very first quest. But when their quest turns out to be a trap, the trio might be in over their heads. So, I haven't really read much manga in a long time, so I don't know if this is any good, but it was $1, so that was all the books that I got from Murder by the Book. So the last books that I got, okay, I have 1 book from Target and 2 books from Dollar Tree. So let me show you the book I got. So when I went to Target in March, after I read my Overbook Book Club book for March was Legends and Lattes by this author, Travis Baldry. And I really love that book. I think that was one of my first 5-star on my Goodreads. But anyways, so this one, I saw this one at Target and it was on sale and I was like, I have to get it. I haven't started it yet. But this is actually a prequel to Legends and Lattes, which I'm not sure how I'll feel about it, but I did love Legends and Lattes. This is the main character for Legends and Lattes. It's a book about an orc wanting to start up a coffee shop in a town where nobody has ever heard of coffee shops. So it was really fun reading it. But this one is Bookshops and Bone Dust, and like I said, I got it from Target. So this one by Travis Baldry, and this is the blurb in the back. High fantasy, first loves, and secondhand books. So Viv is a young, battle-hungry orc, but her career with the notorious mercenary company Rackham's Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the hunt for a powerful necromancer, she's packed off against her will to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merk. So far from the action that she worries she'll never be able to return to it. What's a thwarted soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours at a billy-geared bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing Viv would have predicted, but it may be both exactly what she needs and the seed of changes she couldn't possibly imagine. Still, adventure isn't all that far away. A suspicious traveler in gray, a gnome with a chip on her shoulder, and a summer fling, and an improbable number of skeletons prove Merk to be more eventful than Viv could have ever expected. So, I cannot wait to dig into this one. I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes. Hopefully I will like this one too. And then the last 2 books I have, I actually got from Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree close to my place is actually decent. I found like hardcover books from there, and it's really, really nice. So I got both of these books for $1.25. So like I said, if I see a manga on sale, I will still buy it, even though this is book 3. So this one is Crimson Empire, Circumstances to Serve a Noble, story by Quinn Rose. And I don't have any idea of what this book is about, but it was $1.25, so I had to get it. Hopefully I can find the other 2 books, or the other books for this series. But this one is the blurb in the back. So the relationship between Sheila, Prince Edward, and Prince Justin is not what you'd call normal. Sheila, born to a life of hardship, is now Prince Edward's headmate, but is caught up in a desperate love triangle between Edward and his brother Justin. As the 3 continue their dance of courtship and skullduggery, Sheila must come to terms with her own true feelings. When the smoke clears, which prince will she choose, and who will sit upon the throne? The gripping conclusion to a 3-part tale of romance and court intrigue. Okay, so I guess there's only 3 books in this series. That's gonna be easy to try and find, maybe. But it was $1.25, so I had to get it. So that's the first book. And then the last book in this very long haul video is this one that I also got from Dollar Tree. So this one is Beneath the Keep, a novel of the Tierling by Erica Johansson. So I've heard of the Queen of the Tearling series a while ago, and I've never read it. But when I saw this one, it was a pretty good hardcover book, brand new hardcover book for $1.25. I knew I could not pass it up. I think I've heard of Queen of the Tearling, and I think a bunch of people like it. So I had to get this one. So like I said, it was brand new, $1.25. And this is the blurb in the book. So normally this book is $27, but I got it for $1.25, which is a steal. So this one says, as a kingdom descends into darkness and new alliances are forged under fire, a battle begins over a prophecy that will change the course of history. And in this much anticipated standalone prequel to the best-selling Queen of the Tearling trilogy. So I wonder if I can read this one without even reading the series first, because it's a prequel. I'm not sure. But it says here, the Tearling, founded as a utopia, has collapsed and reverted to feudalism. As the gap between rich and poor widens and famine threatens the land, rumors of a prophecy begin to spread. A great hope, a true queen who will ascend and save the kingdom. But rumors will not help Lazarus, a boy on the verge of manhood, trapped in the clandestine underworld known as the Creche. Enlisted from his earliest days to kill without mercy, he has never seen sun or sky, not until a quest for vengeance propels him above ground. There he finds a calling amid a royal court rife with intrigue and danger, where he meets Naya, Princess Alyssa's handmaid, who is not what she appears to be, and whose true identity will spell death if revealed. With a righteous rebellion gathering inside her kingdom, Princess Alyssa finds herself torn between duty to the throne and her growing loyalty to the Blue Horizon, a group of fierce idealists who promise radical change. Alyssa must choose quickly, for threats beset her on all sides, and the powers wielded by an uncanny seer and her shadowy master are preparing to decide the prince's fate for her. It is only a matter of time before Lazarus, Naya, and Alyssa will be called into the service of something greater than they have ever imagined, the fight for a better world. So here's a blurb about the author. Erica Johansson grew up in San Francisco Bay Area. She went to Swarthmore College in Pennsylvania, attended the Iowa's Writers' Workshop, and eventually became an attorney, but she never stopped writing. She lives in England. So, like I said, I've never read The Queen of the Tearling, but I have to check and see if I can just read this one by itself, or do I need to read the series first. But for $1.25, I couldn't pass up this nice hardcover. I don't think I showed you the inside, but it doesn't really have anything. It's just red and blue. And the same thing with the book of the Murder Road book. It's just the same thing. But that is it for this haul video. Okay, it's not as long as I thought it would be, but I just didn't want to put out a long video for you guys to sit through. Let me know in the comment section below which one of these books sound interesting to you. Like I said, I have to look for the other books for these two manga that I got, because it's no use reading just one book out of the series. But Bookshops and Bone Dust, I will try to read this year, since I just read Legends and Lattes. And then these ones right here, I need to finish Murder Road, and this one I will read around the holidays. So anyways, that is it for this book haul video. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below which one of these books sound cool to you. I'm gonna link to the other book of the month videos that I've done for this year so far on the comment section below if you want to check that out. Sorry about that. So like, if you're at this part of the video, if you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I usually do more of a stationery haul, but I sometimes will include book hauls, since I do love reading. If you guys like videos like that, consider subscribing to my channel. And that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!